When Maddie is about to be evicted from her apartment due to late rent, her handsome but mysterious landlord, Ethan, offers her a strange solution: a contract marriage. At first, it's just business. Ethan needs a wife for family reasons. Maddie needs a place to stay. But the more time they spend together, the more blurred the line between contract and real emotion becomes. This is a slow burn, heartfelt story of how two strangers pretending to be in love slowly find something real, and how one contract changed both their lives. Some people fall in love by chance, others by fate, but Maddie never imagined she would fall in love by contract. This is a story about an unexpected marriage, a landlord with secrets, a tenant with struggles, and a love that started with paper, but ended with the heart. Maddie was 26 and barely surviving in the city. Her job at the bookstore paid little. Her mother was sick back home, and this morning, she found an eviction notice on her door. Rent overdue. 3 days to leave. Maddie stared at the paper with tears in her eyes. Where would she go? Later that day, she knocked on the landlord's office, room 204. It was her last hope. The door opened, and there stood Ethan, tall, cold, sharp eyes, the man who owned the building. And now, her future. "I know I'm late on rent," Maddie began nervously. "I just need more time. Please." Ethan looked at her quietly. Then, to her surprise, he said, "I have a proposal." He placed a folder on the desk. Inside was a marriage contract. Maddie blinked in confusion. "Is this a joke?" "No," Ethan said. "My grandmother is dying. Her final wish is to see me married. If I don't bring her a wife in 2 weeks, I lose everything. And you need a home." Maddie thought he was insane, but she was desperate. And the contract, it was only for 6 months. 2 weeks later, they were married at City Hall. No dress, no ring, no kiss, just signatures. Maddie moved into Ethan's luxury apartment. They were strangers, now living under the same roof. He had rules: no touching, no questions, no falling in love. Maddie agreed, but rules are made to be broken. Ethan was distant, polite, but cold. Maddie tried to stay out of his way. She cooked. She cleaned. She read books alone at night. But one evening, she found him asleep on the couch, exhausted. She covered him with a blanket. He woke up and whispered, "Thank you." The next morning, he made her breakfast. They didn't talk much, but something had changed. When they visited Ethan's grandmother, the old woman smiled with tears in her eyes. "You're perfect for him," she told Maddie. "I can see it in his eyes." Maddie smiled, but her heart ached. This was just a lie, wasn't it? Later that night, Ethan surprised Maddie with a fancy dinner. They laughed. They drank wine, and for the first time, she saw him smile, a real smile. Over time, Maddie learned things about Ethan. He loved books. He had a scar from falling off a bike at 10. He once dreamed of being a musician. He wasn't cold. He was just lonely, and maybe so was she. One rainy night, they shared a slow dance in the kitchen. No music, just silence, and a heartbeat that wasn't just hers. Just when things felt warm, she appeared. Amanda, Ethan's ex-beautiful, confident, rich. "I heard you got married," she said, smiling sweetly at Maddie. Cute. Is this one of your charity cases? Maddie felt small. She saw Ethan hesitate. Later, she asked him, "Is she the one you still love?" He didn't answer, and silence sometimes says more than words. That night, they fought. You said no questions. Ethan shouted, "You said you wouldn't fall in love." Maddie cried, "I didn't mean to." She whispered, and just like that, he walked away, and Maddie felt like she had lost again. The next morning, Ethan was gone, but he left her a letter. "Maddie, I never wanted to lie to you. You came into my life as a contract, but you became something real. I was afraid. But not anymore. Wait for me." Just one day, Maddie waited. One day. Two, nothing. She packed her bags, but just as she stepped out, Ethan stood at the door. He looked like he hadn't slept. His voice shook. "I went to see my grandmother. I told her everything. The truth. About the contract. And about how I fell in love with you." Maddie looked at him, tears in her eyes, and what did she say? She said, "It's never too late for real love." 1 year later, they married again. No contract. No lies. This time, there was a dress, a kiss, and love. Because sometimes, the wrong beginning can lead to the right ending, and sometimes, a contract can bring you the love you never expected.